What is presented when you first start YouTube and why? First situation is when you start YouTube from a web browser. And there are two situations, one where you've got an embedded link and one where you've got a non-embedded link. This is an example of an embedded link. At the bottom of the screen you can see there's a number of buttons or icons. One for pause, one for volume, one for the length of the video, another one for settings, and one for YouTube. The use of these will be explained in a later session. If you touch a link on a YouTube web page that had a YouTube video associated with it, that video should be presented within the page that you were on, or you're currently on. Other than the video itself, some YouTube controls may be shown. This is completely dependent on how the website concerned has been designed. Now, with a non-embedded link. So you're going from a web browser through a non-embedded link. In this case, you're presented with the YouTube app. So it's exactly the same as what I'm going to explain now. Okay, from the YouTube app. If you touch the YouTube logo icon on your phone's home screen, whatever was on the last thing that you were looking at when you last finished using YouTube should be displayed on the screen. Now, what is presented in the YouTube app screen will be different for every single user. This is because YouTube keeps a record of what YouTube videos you have previously watched, together with other information that Google has collected about you, and presents what it feels is applicable to you. For example, you can see it's got the word all, new to you, tools, wheels, floors, ski, climate, electric, right? All different things that are applicable to me. And you'll notice, even though it's on new to you, it's got things that I'm interested in, like vehicles, space stuff, chainsaws, flying machines, traffic flows, and something to do with woodwork, because I'm into woodwork. And I'm surprised there isn't anything on push bikes or electric bikes, because I'm into that as well. Let's look at what's at the bottom of the screen when you're in YouTube via touching the YouTube app. First of all, there's this thing called home. I'm in home at the moment. If I press that, it takes me to basically where I am, so nothing's going to happen. Right? Thing called shorts. Shorts are a new thing to YouTube. If I touch shorts, it will take me to this, right, which will give me a number of various different short videos. There are videos that only run for a few seconds, so I'll just go back home again, right, if I can. Right. This one here is a plus. It might not appear on your screen. It may be because I'm logged in as a YouTube user, right, under my YouTube account, and I have a YouTube account. If I press that, it comes up with the menu that says create a short, upload a video, or go live. This is the sort of thing you have if you're a YouTube creator and you want to create things like that. All right, we're not going to do that. All right, subscriptions. These are the various YouTube channels, and perhaps we'll explain YouTube channels now. Each YouTube grouping, I suppose, or each person that's a YouTube creator can have a YouTube channel. In fact, they can have multiple channels. This is the name of the channels, like that one there, etc. And if I go to touch that, it actually went to that channel. If I go to that one, it goes to that channel. If I go to the ABC, for example, it goes to that channel, right? Okay, so they're the various YouTube channels. Okay, so when you go to subscriptions, right, it will take you to the channels. It will take you to a list of channels that you've previously subscribed to. And this one on the right here is a quite handy one. This is your YouTube library. You go to YouTube library, right, first thing it will give you is recent, the previous YouTubes you've recently done. Now, one of the problems a lot of people have with YouTube is they go to play a YouTube video, they play it, and then they've lost it. How they get back again, they don't know how they found it, whatever. You go to recent, it'll do that, right? These are all the recent ones that I've played, right? Also, in addition to that, you can go to history, right? It will give you a list of all the YouTube, rather than just recent, or go back a long time of all the YouTube videos you've played. So if you played something 3 weeks ago, you can go to that. I don't see where it actually shows you when you played it. But anyway, that's another thing you can do within library history. All right. If you're a YouTube creator, right, like I am, right, you can go to your videos. So I go to your videos. It's going to go into the videos that you have created. There's some videos that I've created in the past. All right. Okay. Just go back to library again. Downloads. These are the videos you've downloaded. Your movies and shows. If you have played YouTube videos and shows, it'll give you a list of the videos and shows that you've previously played, okay, or you have started playing or watching. There's also a category called Watch Later. When you're doing something with YouTube, you can press a button that says Watch Later, and then if you go back to Watch Later, you can see the ones that you haven't finished watching. All right. Another thing you can create in YouTube is a thing called playlists. All right. This is all under library, I'm pointing out. Playlists, you can create a playlist. For example, I create YouTube videos, and I created some YouTube videos about the Check in Queensland app. So I created 7 videos and I've put them there. Even if you don't do that, for example, I've got some videos called Men's Shed to show. When I go to the Men's Shed, they're interested in some videos to do with Men's Shed type stuff. So I created one called Men's Shed to show, and then when I go in there, it'll show all the videos, right? Or I can actually press play there, which means it'll play all the videos one after the other. So once you start a playlist, it's just like a playlist on, records or something like that, or radio stations that used to have playlists. They set it up, and once you start playing, it goes through there. So there's some ones I had for the Men's Shed. All right. Go back to library again. So they're playlists. All right. And I think that's it. Or playlists. Yep, that's all there is in that. Obviously, you go home at any stage, go to shorts at any stage. If ever anything doesn't work and you want to get back to something, swipe in from the side if you can, or press an X, or swipe in from the side sometimes. And you've got your normal controls that you have in on your phone. Those 3 buttons at the top. Quite often when you go to YouTube, they disappear. This is these 3 ones up here. All right. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay. All right. Let's have a look at what they are. Okay. This one here will only appear if you've got a Google Chromecast, and that's allowing you to cast your videos to the Google Chromecast. For example, I have a Google Chromecast. I'll explain what that is perhaps later on. It's a little device that adds onto your TV so that you can play YouTube videos on your TV. I'll skip the second one, go to the last one. This one here is your YouTube channel, your YouTube account. I'm going to do a whole section on YouTube accounts. I'll cover that a little bit later on. Okay. This one here is for searching. So if you want to search for something on YouTube, you just go in there, you type in what you want to searching for, like fish. Okay. Or fish ing. Okay. Press the go button. I'll give you a whole lot of YouTubes about fishing, right? A lot of ads and stuff like that. YouTube videos about fishing, right? So that's what that one is. Right, coming back out of that again now. Right. This one here is notifications. Most things on computers, phones have notifications. If you go in there, it'll give you all the notifications. For example, I get some notifications about what comments that people have made about my YouTube videos. All right. So there's some that have come up there. So that's notifications. All right. Also, we've got a menu at the end where you've got settings. You can watch it on TV, the terms and privacy policy, and help and feedback. We'll talk about help and feedback a little bit later on. We won't cover settings or watch on TV. We'll do that in a separate session.